So this is How to Factor a Quadratic Expression by Lauren Sawyer, Class 2B. So the first expression we are going to try to solve is greatest common factor, or GCF. So for this problem right here, 6 and 14, it's a group of numbers, and we're going to see if we can figure out one number that goes into both of them. So you can do your little tree. So 6, 2, and 3, and then do that again for 14, and you get 2 and 7. 2 is your GCF, your factor. Both numbers can be multiplied by 2 to get the number. So now we're going to be doing a different form of GCF. This one has a variable. So for this one, what you're going to do is, so your 2 is going to go on the outside because you have to get 2x. So you're going to use your distributive property, go x minus 4. Then you'll do the distributive property, and you'll get 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Same problem. So next, we will be doing difference of 2 perfect squares. So B2 minus 64. B2 is B, and then you're going to do another one, B, because when you multiply these, you'll get B squared. So for 64, we have to find the perfect square, the square root. So if you divide that and everything, we're going to end up getting. So after you separate your B squared and put your 2 B's, we're going to try to find is the square root of 64. So what times what equals 64? Well, I know 9 times 9 is 81, so it can't be 9. 8 times 8 is 64, so it's 64. But since 64 is negative, one of your numbers is going to be a negative number. So negative 8, and then positive 8. And then when you do this, you're going to end up getting B squared minus 64. So for this next problem, it's the same thing, except instead you have a number in front of your variable. So what you're going to do is you're going to find the square root of that number after you put your parentheses. So the square root of 16 is 4. 4 times 4 equals 16. So it's going to be 4 and 4. But since you have an x, you have to add it. So it's going to be 4x. And then the square root of 25 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. But since it's a negative 25, 1 is going to be negative. So it's going to be negative 5, positive 5. So your equation is 4x minus 5 times 4x minus 5. And then you can do FOIL. And you'll end up getting 16x squared minus 25. So next I'm going to show you how to factor an easy case, a equals 1, quadratic trinomial expression. So for this one, what you're going to do is, this number right here, this is your A, this is your B, and this is your C. So your A is always going to be 1 for easy case trinomials. Your B is going to be whatever's here, C is whatever's here. So what we have to do is we have to figure out what can multiply to get 26, but when you add them together, you get 15. So 1 and 12, you can't get 15 out of that, so that won't work. 2 and 6, I'm sorry, I mean 1 and 26, but you can't do that to get 26, or 15, well you can get it to get 26, but you can't get it to get 15. And then 2 times 13, that will work. 1 is just going to have to be, okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to do what's called the diamond method. So you're going to draw an hourglass, an X I mean, you're going to draw an X, and then so the 15 is going to go at the bottom. You can put a little positive sign so everyone knows it's positive. and then the 26 is going to go up top, and you can put the sign. So now we know that 2 and 13 can be multiplied together to get 26, but then added to get 15. So you can put 2 and 13. And that's pretty much it. That's that equation, and then you're just gonna make sure you put it in the right form. So x squared, so there's your 2 x's. And then they're both positive, so you're positive 2 plus positive 13, and that is your equation. So next we're going to be doing one more easy case trinomial. So for this one, we're just going to skip right into the diamond method. So 7 at top, 8 at the bottom, and then we know that that goes there, so we're going to go ahead and have that ready. So 7 and 1. And then since both of the numbers are positive, you don't have to have any negatives, so it's just positive 1, positive 7. And that is your equation. Thank you for joining me today as I tried to teach you how to factor quadratic expressions. Thank you.